member there in the hospitality sector. And in last few days, I have seen the social media buzz while you are here. Everybody is streaming and saying that my mentor, my teacher, I'm looking forward to everyone. We are very honored. So without further ado, I would like to request you to say your, give a brief introduction and tell you about your journey. We get to know more about you, please.
Thank you. First of all, thank you, Manu sir and DNIZ family. And also, I really want to thank you, Adi sir, for being here. This is very important. And I think for me, listening everybody, their introduction, I'm really privileged because my belief is validated here. We Nepalese have this root. We are rooted in entrepreneurship. We are all entrepreneurs. You are doing something, you're also doing something else. It's not what you hear other places, right? And also this cohort, you have a diversity. Somebody is in finance, somebody is in hospitality, somebody is teaching for 25 years. This is fascinating. I've never been into such a rich and diverse world. So thank you so much. And also we have had some conversation and plans and already. So a brief introduction. My name is Khem Lakai. I was born in Dolakha. How many of you know Dolakha is just 140 kilometers from Kathmandu. Just like anybody, I migrated to Kathmandu in the name of education when I was 12. So that's how we started. And for me, entrepreneurship, the touch of entrepreneurship came from probably my parents. We had the one and only shop in the village. And that shop, the गाउँको पसल कस्तो हुन्छ Just like you have got त्यो मुसा मार्ने औषधिदेखि लगाउने चुरादेखि हैन मान्छे लड्यो भने सिमरिक पाउनेसम्म everything, like whatever people need, that's the shop had it. अनि त्यो बेला चुरोट पनि हुँदैन थियो हैन अनि त्यो सुर्तीको पातलाई सुकाएर त्यो आगोमा सुकाएर चाहिँ नि त्यसलाई बिडी बनाएर स्मोक गर्ने बेला देखियो. And I think my mother, whom I lost when I was 11, I got the hospitality from her, I believe. Because the moment we open our eyes, मेरो घरको बाहिर चाहिँ टन्नै 10-12 जना मान्छे हुनुहुन्थ्यो यसरी and everybody used to have a स्टिलको ग्लास अनि टी. त्यो टी खाने कल्चरमा सिकाएको छ मेरो आमाले हैन and it was for low cost. Everybody who came in the morning had their tea. So this too influenced my father's shop. The whole intention is not only to make money but to provide things that people needed, right? And the mother who unconditionally she supported something, the morning tea, the habit, she created those habits, right? So fast forward, my career started officially in Solti. At that time it was Oberoi, and I worked there for almost 2 years. And just like anybody else, I thought like, okay, I should go to Hong Kong. So there was Nepal Airlines flying to Hong Kong, and it cost 20,000. I had gathered 58,000 rupees. So 20,000 is the only two-way ticket. I thought I can go to Hong Kong and try my luck, right? So it was 1995. China, the Hong Kong was being handed over to China. That was a transition period. And getting a job for somebody, a beginner, stand no chance, right? And so I returned back. And the time, like leaving Solti was like, who would leave Solti? There are 3 generations work, right? And so every challenges that you face gives also other opportunity, right? One thing. And so every time when you feel that kind of, oh my God, what to do next? That's when your mind begins to think options, right? That's how we are built, actually. Scarcity is something that forces you to think creatively. So, long story short, I then had my opportunity share of going to Switzerland. I pursued my education in Switzerland, then went to Canada. I ended up in 2004 in Bahrain, not very far from here. And so those 2 years of my consulting, I realized one thing. that all the Nepalese, like you are the elder version of that, and that time I met those younger version of you, full of dreams, but ended up in Bahrain and doing things what they find, because you can imagine what was there. It's not a long time back, doing anything and everything that was available. So I have a huge respect for those of you who chose to come here, build your life, and this is the lifeline for our country, Nepal, right? And so I decided that with my skill and experience, what I want to do is, I want to give back what I got, the opportunity that I had. I wanted to share with more and more people. And 2007, the GATE College started at the beginning. Started with very, very few students, 4 just to mention. And right now, fast forward, we have 2 campuses, one in Pokhara, one in Kathmandu, and we have given short and long different. We have 2 students, alumni here. So we have we have more than 10,000 people benefited from this. So this is within 18 years. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So since I'm here, okay, I want to operate a college, I found it. That's one part of the story. But in Nepalese, you must have heard this common phenomenon. We're not settled. We're resilient. We have a desire to do something else, even on our side. We don't need to, like 2 days day off and I'm going to the beach and lie down and relax. That's not in our gene. We all grew up facing challenges, right? And so we all want to be little more, and we want that fast, right? Which is a good thing, and that's what drive what Nepal is today, right? So what I did parallelly, our tourism industry it's so important, as you know. I mean, no needless to say that. But then, if you go to Western Nepal comes to, let's say, Bardia, or you go to from Viratnagar to Itahari, or wherever you drive. Can you see the pattern? The pattern of development is like, we all aspire to have a house that is concrete and then maybe 2-3 story and have a shelter in it, mandatory, little bit income, right? That madness didn't stop, right? And we all know now that development cannot continue like this. If we want to be ambitious about our projecting our country as a nature, that has to change. So I begin to be a little bit vocal about, no, nature is the biggest luxury. If you want to sell tourism, nature is the biggest luxury. That's what we have. And one leads to another, and then I'm pulled by the forces of this different organization. And at the moment, one of the very significant organization called Pacific Asia Travel Association, PATA, that was founded by late Prabhakar Shamsher Rana. 50 years back, this year actually we celebrate Golden Jubilee, 50 years. And then I was invited to lead. So, I mean, usually what happens in the organization, everybody fights, lobbies, spends money to be the chair. But I was forced, in a way, lead, because we need somebody from the education, from the neutral point of view. Because, if you have a hotel, he has a hotel, and you are a chairman, other person thinks like, oh, he's going to promote his hotel, right? And so those phenomena, I ended up becoming that. And the second, that's my second hat. And third hat, since I operate the hospitality colleges, a number of schools, almost 65 years back in Europe, they used to call, there's 3 countries, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, and then later on joined by the Netherlands. They have an organization called EU HOFA, the organization that is the Hotel School Association. HOFA comes from German word, Hotel Fachschule. And so I was invited by then President to join the board in 2017. And quickly in 2 years, I realized that that Congress of Educators had never gone to Nepal. Asia, forget about Nepal. So, 58th Congress was held in Kathmandu, so we invited 70 deans and directors now on the board. If you Google it, you for board. The Cornell School of Hospitality, Dean is there, the EHL, the Den Haag, the all top schools, Deans are there. So, if I want to give something back to Nepal, and if I'm just recycling the information, if I don't learn myself, I'll be fooling myself. So, if you need to give something relevant to your students, you also need to be equipped with what is innovation, what's happening around the world, where this industry is going. So I enjoyed it, and then it is my 8th year and second last year. So after 9 years, I cannot be on the board. So as a Congress president, I brought that there. And another thing, there are different colleges. We are the 4th hospitality college in Nepal. Now there are more than 100, which is good for a consumer more, and you are benefiting all the other people. What happened is vocational education was a misstep. And for me, I observed as a student in Europe, 80%, almost 80% people don't care about degrees, They go and learn skills, they have a diploma and they have a beautiful life. I'm a plumber, I'm an electrician, I'm a chef, whatever. The dignity of labor is there. But somehow in our country, in our part of the world, due to the absence of that, people are forced to have these degrees. Whether you want it or not, whether you have a capacity or not. Capacity means cognitive ability is not the same for everybody. Some people are good in studies, some people are good in hands, some people are good in creativity. And they should be given a choice, and dignity of labor is very, very important. So, I was the one to start this vocational school and the academy. And what else? The school that I went to, I requested that, can we collaborate? And that was the first product. And now this is part of EHL. EHL is like, the full form is called Ecological Delusion. And this EHL, if you Google it out. So that's what we've been running for 19 years. The second thing then we realized, okay, not everybody needs a bachelor's degree. Somebody wants to cook, like Manoj right here, right? But what can I give which qualification will be acceptable and gives a competency that is worldwide recognized? So I went myself to Australia as a student in 2012, negotiated a course with the New South Wales government, and then 2015 we launched that product. And right now we have a 10th batch and almost 200 budding chefs. We will get the Australian qualification staying in Nepal, not living in the country, so which benefits the industry. And my last product, it's not the advertisement or anything, but what I realized is hospitality college, even the cheapest you find in Nepal costs 5-6 lakhs at least, roughly that is the cost. Plus your other costs, everything, it comes around 8-9 lakhs rupees, right? Well,
that's for 2 years, 1 year.
4 years, 4 years. But what if I don't have even that money? I don't have 8 lakhs, but I want to study hospitality course, right? Well, what do I get it? And if you go to the bank, they will say, do you have a collateral? You have a house in Kathmandu. That's also not in the village. If I have a house in Kathmandu, I probably won't have a problem to have 7-8 lakhs rupees, right? So I negotiated with Kathmandu University, and we co-created a course called Degree Awarding Apprenticeship, where students can work and study at the same time. They can earn and learn, right? So these are the 3 products that I'm extremely proud of. And now coming back to our core topic, entrepreneurship. One of my friends who is a founder of the World Innovation Forum, whom I invited 2 times to Nepal. There's a beautiful story he used to share. Axel Schulz is his name, and then he was in the tech industry when the Silicon Valley just started. And so there were young people pitching for fun. And so somebody came and then pitched something, and then that was Mark Zuckerberg, who piece about Facebook. Said like, I want to connect the world, I want to change the world, all kinds of things, right? And so he was one of the judges, and then two judges said, yeah, everybody wants to change the world. The next, And Axel heard something else what other two did not hear. So he did not say, I want to change the world. He says he wants to connect the world. That is different. Changing the world versus connecting the world is two different things. Let us hear. And so they were the first initial funding, companies. And today this is the story, right? So what happens is,